17. Taryn corrects in a growl. 17.
Aggression against us. We're dead and the words were above. If I messed up the translation, you didn't. Zane replies, sounding infinitely more confident than I feel. He flushes my skin as my power.
Getting your selection from Audible, resuming Iron Flame.
Break away from your grouping and fly closer. They hover tails length beyond the edge of the cliff. Simultaneous attack.
The end.